So, the great Freudian city, I'm in the literature department. The great Freudian city, all roads lead to Ogden. The water school business, they're number one in the country. When I went there, when I taught there, unarguable, not by hyperbole, by testing scores. All through the 90s. Right when we got the MBA program, the legendary finance professor, the last letter of recommendation he ever wrote, I have it, Kevin Blanch. What? He got a brain disease and ate him up right there in his classroom. He died in November of '99. The school was completely hijacked by supply chain. Went from number one to dead last. So, the great Freudian city. When I went to school here all through the 80s, the bell tower didn't even work. It was falling down. It was broken to pieces. The Reagan recession was horrific. So I knew Hoffman. Used to do a lot of work right in there in the Stewart Library. Come in there. So everybody's calling me under the banner of heaven. So in 2015, this family mixed up from Central Utah, mixed up the Kool-Aid and killed their children and themselves. And they'd been visiting Mark Hoffman. She was really a Mark Hoffman worshiper. Now, how they let him in worship, visiting his cellmate, Lafferty. So Lafferty, this is an incredible story. I'll keep on this. Lafferty issued a statement. He said he was so happy for them. I'll post it, reported by the Salt Lake Tribune. So, unbelievable. He was still killing from prison. So, Hoffman Sandy, who I went to college with here, in the great Freudian school, Bernard DeVoto, he didn't go to school here, but he grew up here. But Falma K. Brody sure the hell did. Youngest female professor in the history of Dean, only female history dean at the time, and first one in history, her, Falma K. Brody. The great Freudian city. Bernard DeVoto, as great as he is, he's still not the greatest Freudian writer in the history of this city. This Weber County. Oh, that's Falma K. Brody. So Sandy, who I went to college with, who ran the library all the time, and when I had cancer, would always argue about Southern Utah, the great radioactive place. She's got a brain tumor right now, fighting for her life. I had cancer. This is not hyperbole. This is fact by Kevin Blanch. I don't do opinion. I was in the bone marrow transplant of LDS for 5 years. I asked Mike Lee about Fukushima right there. I asked Mitt Romney right there. I asked Governor Herbert right there. I asked Governor Cox right there about Fukushima. You know, the only person that's confronted the NRC, that any of these people, Kevin Blanch, the only one on earth, which is astounding to me, just the greatest event in human history. When I was in LDS State, the number one Finbo Peters from Denmark, the number one leukemia unit, probably at least in the United States, maybe one of them in the world. Southern Utah makes up less than 5% of the Utah population on any given day. Well over 50% of the people in there are from Southern. That's just an unarguable fact. It was my home for a long time. I said support groups, blah, 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 blah. That's just a fact. There's no opinion there. Doctors can't talk. My doctor, Vincent Hansen, right over there. Southern Central Utah. His brother and his father both died of thyroid cancer. He saved my life. He known me since I was a kid. You know, Finbo Peters from Denmark. They can't talk. Well, they all know what I know, and they agree with everything I say. You know, as far as this goes, they know. But HIPAA laws prevents them. HIPAA laws were not there to prevent to support victims. The HIPAA laws are there to support the earth poisoners. You know, what happened here in Utah, you think we'd know better. The great downwinders, you think we'd know better. Let's see, why are we the nuclear outhouse, San Onofre? Why is the San Onofre waste coming here? Jennifer Graham Holmes stands in California at San Onofre, which Kevin Blanch is the guy who kicked that over. I'm the guy that got San Onofre shut down. Wattis? Yeah, that Wattis. What is school of business? Yep. I remember when they started naming these schools after oligarchs. Everybody was like, don't do it. They're going to influence it.